Okay. Hello, hello, hello. Okay, so we are 13 people here. So let's continue para mahuman na nato siya dayon. Is that okay with you guys?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right. So let me share again the PowerPoint presentation. Okay, so this one here is about photo captioning. But before we start, any questions so far first about the tips, yeah, suggestions on how to take your photograph. Questions first. Pangutana.
Pwede mo gamit og black and white nga photography?
Yes, that would probably be kanang much preferable, especially if you're talking about if your article is kanang very sentimental, emotional, controversial. Those are very important colors, black and white. Okay, what else? Because those are also two contrasting colors, right? That's very also kanang it heightens the effect that the picture is trying to tell. Sige, other questions. Questions so far, so near and so far. Wala na? Okay, so let's continue. So, in this part of our lecture workshop, I will be sharing to you guys some of the tips that you can see on the internet, but are most definitely most helpful. Sometimes mga captions and photo are lesser read about because they are small and some think of it as irrelevant. Not irrelevant, kanang bang not the highlight of the article, especially an article with a photo, but it's very important to always provide captions for your photograph. So let's start with this one here. Okay, so why do we put captions? So it's like a happy marriage of aesthetics and mechanics. So if your photograph is the aesthetics, the beauty in your article, then the caption is probably be the mechanics. The most important part kanang compulsory, but not necessarily kanang required by the reader. So there are parts of caption. The first one is catch line. So 1 to 5 words, title of the whole caption, like what is the picture about? Like for example, you are going to take a picture of the cathedral here sa Iligan. So the catch line would be St. Michael's Cathedral, Iligan City, something like that. Body is the main part of the caption, which answers the 5 W's and 1 H. So the caption of your photograph is like the lead of your article. So it has information about 5 W's and 1 H, and then credit, the name or pen name of the photographer. It's always important. Like this one here, this example. This picture is about sun and shadow. That's the title, the catch line of the um, photograph. So you can use any catch line. Pwede ka magama-gama something, of course, catchy line that will depict the whole picture or describe the whole picture. And then followed by the, what's this? The body. A man leads a camel across the dunes of the Kalahari Desert, leaving footprints in the sand. Okay, that's an example of a body. Now, if you're writing the body of your caption, please do not forget to follow proper uh, pronunciation, spelling, and so on. And then lastly, we have here the name or credit, the name of the photographer, Khalil Masdaf. Probably that's a pen name for the photographer. Okay, so let me share to you guys this website. It's very common, but it's very helpful, I believe. This one discusses a very simple discussion on how to write good captions in photojournalism. So, pasensya i-cheap kayo og resources si ma'am. Pero yeah, it's most probably the most helpful one for you. So, let me share here. This is from WikiHow. WikiHow yun, ma'am. Oh, WikiHow na lang ta. Sige. Okay, so there are 3 things. Oh my God. Loading siya. Can you see it, guys? Can you see the share screen?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Oo,
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
oo.
ma'am.
Pero not responding pa siya, no? Sige lang. Okay, this one here. All right, so there are three things that might help you write a good caption in photojournalism. So let's start first with our we galuding kasi nanluod. Anyways, this tips are very simple, manggod siya. Simple in a way that they have also illustrations on how to do stuff. So let me see. Wala lagi siya. Okay. So let's start first with the title caption writing help. So this one here is first method is to learning caption basics. So you should know what are the basics in writing captions. Of course, what is a catch line, what contains the body, and what do we mean by credits. Credits dili utang ha, means to say credit ba. Kinsay nagkuan, credit sa owner or sa kuan sa picture. And then the first step is to check your facts, especially if you are taking a picture about a very known structure, person, bakaha, and so on, then you should check your facts, complete name, proper spelling, and so on. Then describe something that isn't obvious. Like this one here in the example, Pacific Coast sunset, March 26 from Long Beach, Vancouver Island. Okay, so here, if a photo caption simply describes the visual in the photo, it's fairly useless. So if you have a photo of a sunset and simply caption it as sunset, you're not adding any additional information for the reader. Instead, you just describe the details of the photo that are not obvious. So like location, the time of year that you have taken the photo, and specific events that is taken. For example, the picture, the example that I showed to you earlier about katong mga tourists sa Baguio City, katong nang bangka ba, those are example. It was taken in a specific year and where did they take it. And then do not start a caption with a certain word, especially articles and or the. So we say no to the caption a blue jay on the boreal forest, we say yes to blue jay flying through a boreal forest. So always be careful with your punctuations and grammar. And then identify the main people in the photo, especially if you are taking a picture of very important people. Very important people. Like if kanang if we were allowed no this year to conduct a coverage of the palaro, so hopefully in that no we could take a picture of kanang crowning moments, then we include their kinsay nag crown name sa former kuan man na siya, usually ang mag-crown kay former Mr. and Miss, and so on and so on. And then be as specific as possible. So if you want to if in your article you're talking about a specific person and then it happens nga wala siya like picture, but only with a group of people in the picture, then you should specify where is he in that picture. So Bob Smith is in the back row in a hat. So there is no other individual here in the picture with a hat but Bob Smith nga naa sa likod ana siya. Okay? And also it's very important, especially if daghan bitaw sa picture and you want to include the names of these people, like mayroon ka from left to right, blah blah blah, blah blah blah, blah blah blah, blah blah blah, blah blah blah. Ana siya. So you mention the names if you want to include them. And then label historical photos properly. So you should cite the date and the year where you've taken the photo. And then use the present tense in caption. So for example, firefighter Michael Michelle Dwight carries 4-year-old Tina Wilson away from the night fire that destroyed her home. So it should be in present tense. And then avoid humor when the photo isn't intended to be humorous. Like for example here, if your photograph is about death or something, don't try to be funny. Okay, be sensitive enough. And then remember to always include credits and citations. So if for example kanang gimuha bitaw siyang gikuha nga wala ka kaila sa photographer ba? Credits to the photographer or something like that. Okay, or try as much as possible to credit who have taken the photo in using credited to or photo by, something like that. And then in enhancing the story with caption, caption helps enhance the story of your article. So use caption to tell readers something new, something that they didn't read about in the article. And then avoid making judgmental sentiments like for example, unhappy shoppers waiting in line in a New York grocery store. So um, giving your judgment or biases in your photograph, especially in your caption, is very wrong. And do not worry about the length of the caption. Your caption could be as long as one paragraph. Pwede na siya. So long as it answers that 5 W's and 1 H and does not, kana bitang dili lang puro checkup, puro larlar. It should be factual based as well. And then write in a conversational language. Okay, and then include unessential story items in the caption. So stories that accompany photos tend to be about something specific and obviously tell a story. So if there is a piece of information that is useful to understanding the photo but isn't in telling the story, put in the caption instead of the body of the story. For example, um, have you noticed the last picture in the last lecture katong black and white nga naghilak nga gilubong? Did I include that one in the lecture notes? I believe I include that one. So in the for example, if the people, especially if the people in the photo or the event where the photo is taken is not necessarily specified in the article, that's where you are going to put that in your caption. And then determine what punctuation should be used. Okay. And then simplify description in subsequent captions and identify when photos have been digitally altered. Like for example, gikuan ba siya, gi-edited ba siya, or was taken like this and like that. And consider using a caption formula. So here, until you get used to writing caption, you might want to study or start using a specific formula because eventually your captions will likely follow this formula or something similar without you needing to think about it. For example, one such formula is noun, verb, direct object, during, proper event name at proper noun location in city on what day, month, date, year, why, and how. Okay, for example, Dallas firefighters, this is the noun. Battle, this is the verb, present tense verb. A fire, this is the direct object. And then at the Pittsburgh apartment, this is a proper noun location near the intersection of Pittsburgh Avenue and Monarch Street in Dallas. City on what day? Thursday, July 1, 2004. Okay, pwede na siya. You can follow this formula here in writing your caption, especially if you're talking about events. And then avoiding caption mistakes. So how are you going to avoid being wrong or being mistaken in your caption? Do not be arrogant. So try to avoid arrogance in your caption. Avoid making assumption like kuan siguro ni uyab siguro ni sila mong nag-uban, something like that. When you take photos of two people and then panirang man na siya, that's not really reporting. And then make sure you aren't sloppy. Sloppiness happens when someone doesn't does care ka na, bahala na ni uy, ana bitaw. And then remember that what you print is considered fact. So what people read because you put it in a publication, especially in a newspaper, it's considered fact for them. Okay. So that's it. Questions so far? Questions. Questions so far. Question, guys. Questions. Pangutana. Hello.
None, ma'am.
None so far.
Ay naa ma'am.
Si,
Ay
na,
ma'am, excuse me ma'am.
mm,
Ang among buhaton ani karon is magbuhat mi og photo something.
I will tell you
Ito.
what you'll exactly do. Okay. There is
Okay.
I will have a another discussion for that after the questions. Okay, unsa pa man? Okay, you can type in your questions sa chat box if you have one. Sige na guys. Pangutana. Kay atong tubagon. Wala na? Walay? Okay.
Wala na,
Probably,
ma'am.
sige. Probably ako mapangutana if ever I were in your case. Ma'am, what are we going to take in this time? Like we are in a pandemic, we're at home. What are we going to take? What are we going to do? What are we going to photograph? So let's answer that question right now. Wait lang. Okay, so let me share to you guys our our Moodle classroom. Kadyo lang kayo ha. Moodle classroom nato. These are the things rather that you're going to do today and for the rest of the week. Wait lang. Okay, so we're now on lecture 24. So here is what you're going to do. Let me share my screen. Mm-mm-mm. This one. Can you see it? Can you see it, guys?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
All
ma'am.
right. Okay. So I've also included here the workshop PowerPoint that I used today, and for your workshop output, these are the things that you're going to do. So this is for you to experience and practice what you understood in photojournalism. So first, take a photo. Find a photo that is interesting. So let's answer the question, ma'am. What kind of questions can we take? Can we shot? Or can we take a photo of in these times? So probably if in your place, in yung balay baka ha, something is interesting, something that is a story worthy scene or picture, then go for it. Okay, just remember that your photo must follow the guidelines and tips in taking a photo. It must have content and worthy of a news, feature, sports article, or any kinds of article. Okay, pwede ka mag-feature story, pwede ka magkuan. Or you can do these steps in backwards. Okay, so you might want to consider writing a short article first. But the point here, Manggod, is how are you going to adapt your article to your photo? So first, take a photo. It's either for a sports article, for a feature article, or for a news article. So for example, if kanang dool ka sa Suarez, like for example, you can visit the katubitang sa ta siya? Kanang evacuation center. You can take photo of that, write an article about it, write a caption, suiting article. And then second step, write a caption. It must be fitting to your photo and follow the guidelines and tips. Number three, write a short article regarding or about the photo. Okay. And then make sure that your article and photo and its captions are related, of course. And you can make any type of article, news, feature, sport, as long as it talks about your article. All right. Questions. So, pwede po ka for example, what are the timely events or scenes that you can see every day. Like for example, you can make a picture of your plantitos or plantitas in your barangay or something like that. You can make a news about your SK. If your SK people are giving out school supplies to your co-residents in your barangay, then that would probably good. Or you can even write a featured article about yourself. What are you doing for this pandemic and so on. Ana siya. Okay. So there are a lot of things that you can write off. It's not I will not Sunny, I will not limit you to campus related stuff. You can write and take a photo about everything that you can see every day. Pwede po ka magbuhat og article about how naglungag imong mama, how paglungag using a kahoy is even normal these days, something like that. So you can do that, no? How about kaning jeep galabay-labay? What about it? Uh, unsa na siya? Feature, unsa man? Or kanang, pwede po ka maghimog, actually, you can write an editorial article with a photo. Like, for example, do you want to criticize how your neighbors are doing video game all day, all night? while ka mo nag-online class mo, something like that. Something that would be interesting to read about. Remember that this is still photojournalism, ha. It tells a story. It should gain insight and interest your readers. Ana siya. Okay? Sa pa may mga possible like
Excuse me, ma'am.
mm,
Na ba siya limit sa photos, ma'am?
uh, actually in an article maximum na gina siyang 3, especially if you maximum 3 if you are telling a picture story kinagigamit mo siya picture story siya ba, so pwede maximum 3. Do not overload your article with too many photos. Kay lisod pud
Thank you,
siya
ma'am.
manggod ikuan. So na siya. Sige. Nagawas akong anak. Anyway, questions so far. Any questions? So,
Pwede katong among himo og photo ma'am kay katong nabuhat na mo nga editorial article last time. Very
ha?
katong bali if ingon ka nga pwede magbuhat og editorial article.
Mm-mm.
So katong topic sa among article ma'am ba, pwede kato among murag
Mm.
basis for ano
Yeah, pwede. As
photography.
long as time and the event fits I mean kanang kuan siya ba? Kanang the time and yeah, the time would allow you to take the photo related to that article or to the topic that you wrote about. That's the challenge of doing the steps the other way around. Kanang first writing your article and then after then I had ka mag-take of pictures. That's the challenge there because you have to have the or you have to take the perfect photo for that article. Kaysa sa ang picture imuhang basihan to write an article, ano siya. So, yeah, pwede siya. Sige. Unsa man ni si kuan o. Pwede pug ka mag-ano, kana bitong you can write a kanang the struggle of online class, like you can took a picture of yourself nga naglabad imong ulo atubang sa imong laptop or sa imong module or sa imong cellphone, and then you're just going to blah 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 the editorial article about online class and so on. Pwede na siya. Okay. What else? Unsa man? Pangutana. Okay, the submission, by the way, guys, is just there. Select your 24 workshop output. You can submit it there. I would prefer you put your article and your picture kana naka-format na siya daan ba. For example, you strategically place your picture sa imuhang article nga mo fit siya. Okay, and then put it in a PDF file, preferably PDF file para dili na siya mausab-usab ang pwesto sa imong photograph, especially when mag-download, mag-upload kay mausab man na siyang kuan niya. Okay, so I would prefer a PDF file. Sige, unsa pa man? Wala na pangutana? Are you sure? Hello? Yes, hello.
Wala na, ma'am.
Wala na. Okay, sige. So if wala na yung pangutana, deadline by the way guys is mm, November 29, Sunday. November 29, Sunday. Oo, so ano siya. And then by the way, after on Monday we will have 25 and 26, the last two topics for our semi-final exam. Para pagka Wednesday, next Wednesday, December 2, exam. Na dayon. And then we will try to come up with stories or topics for you to write about for your newsletter. So we can start writing and gathering important kuan. Okay?
Okay,
Okay.
ma'am.
All right. Okay. So if there are no questions, no violent reaction, no suggestions, then that's it for today. Thank you so much, everybody, for coming here today. Thank you so much,
Thank you,
Yun.
ma'am. No, this
Thank you,
one.
Thank you,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Thank you,
ma'am.
everyone.
ma'am.
Thank you,
Bye.
ma'am. Bye.
Bye bye
Bye-bye.
po.
Thank you.
Please keep safe, everyone. God bless. See you next time po. Bye bye. Goodbye.
The
Bye,
other one, the other
ma'am.